discovering yourself. How do you discover who you are and what you're here to give? I think it's the ultimate question that I have certainly been trying to get answers to for the last 20 years of my life, and finally reached an awareness after many, many years of healing for the certain layers that's embedded on you through society, parents, culture. We know who we are when we're born. We know what we love. We are present in the moment. We enjoy everything and everyone. And everything is wondrous and a fabulous experience. And then you go through life and you go to school and university for some, and slowly you begin to adopt other people's belief structures, your family to begin with, and then your peers. And once you get into the world of work, you then try and conform potentially to what is required of you, your personality, and they really shape who you are, especially if you get into the line of work that is not in alignment with your energy type, or just your mission and your characteristics. So for example, in my life, when I was young, I was quite rebellious and I had a wild spirit, and that came out in intensity and in being very, very rebellious, and what I did then, through the guidance of my family and the people who thought they knew better, I then conformed, really opened my mind to their way of thinking, and veered into the world of corporations and the corporate life. And that, for me and for my wild spirit, was not the best of moves. I then subsequently spent the next 20 years being told that I'm either too aggressive, too emotional, too reactive, and little by little tried to conform myself to fit into this world of corporation. But I always felt like an imposter. I always felt like I didn't fit in. But nonetheless, I still chased the money, chased the material, chased the status, and climbed up the ladder, painfully experiencing so much trials and tribulations and so much pain, and to the point where my physical body got impacted through the stress of trying to make things work and always pushing against the grain, as you find, until really I woke up with the awareness that I was killing myself and I didn't fit in, and I had to accept that I had veered off the path of my own destined path. And do we have a destiny? To an extent. I think we come with a certain mission on this planet. I believe that we all carry a certain imprint on a soul level in terms of what we are here to give, and the whole journey of life is really of self-acceptance and self-discovery. And I believe that the fortunate few discover it early, and they are really few and far between. The majority of us have to really go through a lot of pain and struggle and trauma and ups and downs and a lot of soul searching until we discover ourselves. But we have to shift this paradigm of growing through pain and suffering that needs to be lifted from humanity. We don't have to subscribe to that belief system. We can subscribe to a different belief system. When we do something that we really, really love, we can still grow and expand through this inner joy. And I don't mean the outer exterior of happiness, but I mean this inner stillness of just total acceptance and total peace, which gives birth and rise to total joy in a different way that we often relate to when we think about joy. I'm not talking about happiness, which is fluctuating and coming and going and ebbs and flows. I'm talking about this inner joy. which really is only birthed through total acceptance of what is in this moment. And what is begins with accepting and getting to know who you are and what you are here to offer. And that is only disclosed through self-exploration of who you are. What is your natural gifts and talents? What are you good at? What makes you expand, feel expanded and joy? What is it that you're passionate about? What area of this world are you most passionate about? What gets you going? What makes you feel elated inside? It's really exploring that, and not only exploring it, but also moving the blocks, the limiting beliefs, excuse me, the cultural beliefs that hold you back from believing that either you can make money from that path or succeed in that path, or maybe there's a lot of shame attached to it. You know, I held cultural and deep rooted fears around getting into the works of mysticism and getting into the works of the divine and getting into the works of healing. That was, for me, I had such a huge subconscious and ancestral block on it that I had to work a lot on shifting those beliefs and identifying those beliefs before I could really step into who I was and who I am, and declare it without shame and without apology and without, you know, those kind of mental blocks that we create. And so it is possible, but this journey of stepping into who you are and your power can only arise when we initiate the intention to go deep within and the intention to really step into our authenticity and romancing ourselves and understanding ourselves and exploring ourselves through the medium of our emotions, through the medium of our life experiences, so through seeing what makes us feel expanded and what constricts us. How do we feel in every moment of every day? In what areas of life do you feel like you're an imposter? And if you have that imposter feeling, you are probably on the wrong path. And there's no wrong path. And when I say wrong, I mean a path that will not make you feel expanded, a path that is working against your natural rhythm in life. And so when I say wrong, it's not necessarily that it's disastrous for you. It's a learning path. And through me veering off in the world of corporations for 20 years, it allowed me to lose myself, but to then find myself. And that was a tremendous learning for me in the value of myself, and to know who I am, and to set strong boundaries around me and make sure that I don't conform to what people expect of me, and that I conform to who I am, and my values are birthed through that awareness of who I truly am. And so I invite you to start this self-exploration journey by just exploring the mantra of who am I, just that, to meditate upon that, this mantra or this affirmation daily, who am I, really begins to open up different dimensions of your being, different thoughts, different processes, and connecting with your body is also essential in this journey, because the body carries such immense intelligence and has every part of you, every organ, every aspect of you physically has a message for you, but you can only hear it when you start to drop into your body, drop your awareness fully into your body through utilizing the breath. You know, the yoga traditions has been saying this for centuries, and it's the ultimate connection and gateway is the body and the breath. You are here on the physical plane, this reality to be at service, to offer something, to offer your gifts and talents that are unique to you. And the only way that you get to know what your path is and what your mission is when you become still in that awareness and that connection to your body and your breath, and you build that connection day by day, and you meditate and reflect on the mantra of who am I and what am I here to offer, that the magic really unfolds, and your experiences will begin to show you more of yourself, and in that you really activate your full power and potential to be who you are in the world. All my love and blessings.